Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a really quick updated video about eBay managed payments. So the time has come. eBay has officially started enrolling sellers in the new managed payment system. I personally was enrolled in eBay managed payments on Thursday, August the 6th, and while I'm recording this video, it's later in the day on Monday, August the 17th, which means I have had 10 full days using the new eBay managed payment system. And so this video, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update of the things that I have noticed being enrolled in eBay managed payments, the things that I think are noteworthy. And I basically wanted to follow up with you guys because I know that if I am enrolled in eBay managed payments, I know that a lot more of you guys are also going to start being enrolled in eBay managed payments. And I'm sure that you have a lot of questions. And if you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Lindey. I am a work from home mom. I primarily sell on eBay. So if that interests you, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Also, make sure to like this video if you appreciate me giving you guys a heads up of all of the eBay information that you might need to know. All right, now let's talk about everything that I've learned about eBay managed payments so far. So the first thing that I wanted to make note of was actually something that was an overwhelming comment that I received on my last eBay managed payments video, and that was regarding sales tax. In my previous eBay managed payments videos, there was a lot of speculation that I had about the program and what I thought would or would not be affected. And in that video, there were so many people that were questioning my math when it came to calculating the eBay fees that were going to be paid. Numerous people were talking about my calculations being off because sales tax that eBay collected on our behalf was not taken into consideration. But from what I can tell, the final value fee is not charged off of the total dollar amount, including the sales tax collected by eBay. And to show you guys, I'm actually going to take you into my personal eBay managed payments account and show you those calculations so that you can see that the percentage that eBay takes out for their final value fee and their transaction fee is not off of the total amount with the sale price and the sales tax, but rather just the sale price, so that you can be rest assured you're not going to be overpaying your fees because of sales tax. All right, so here we are in my eBay managed payments account. You can see this is the basic layout in the payments tab. It's my total funds separated by the available funds and the pending payments. So I wanted to show you guys an example to show you that we are not paying 11.5% of the total sale price, including the sales tax collected by eBay. We are instead paying the 11.5% final value fee off of the base sale price without the sales tax taken into consideration. So for that, I wanted to show you this order. I sold 2 NYX Professional Eyebrow Pencils. Someone bought 2 of them for a total of $18.38. You will see this does not include sales tax. Here is the actual order page where we can see the subtotal was $18.38, and then eBay collected $1.47 on my behalf for sales tax, making the total purchase price of the sale $19.85. But if we go back to this page, you can see here that the final value fee that I was charged was $1.90. But again, that doesn't exactly look right because $1.90 is not 11.5% of $18.38, because you can see here, this is actually something that I think is pretty cool about eBay managed payments, is if you are a top rated plus seller, you can see the discount right off the bat. So you can see here, I have saved 21 cents on these final value fees just by being a top rated plus seller. So that's where this $1.90 comes into consideration. If I were not a top rated plus seller, then I would have paid $2.11 here. Now there is a 30-cent transaction fee that is for every single purchase as well. I know a lot of people have also had questions about the 30-cent transaction fee when it comes to buyers buying multiple items. And it appears as though this situation is very, very similar to PayPal in the sense that if a buyer buys multiple items and checks out one time, that you will only be paying the 30-cent transaction fee once, regardless of how many items the buyer buys, which is awesome. So you can see here, even though eBay is collecting sales tax for you, you are not paying final value fees on the total, including the sales tax. That is something that I wanted to stress because so many of you called me out on my last eBay managed payments video to tell me that my calculations were incorrect because I was not factoring in sales tax. But you can see here, I had good reason for that. I suspected that we were not going to have to pay final value fees on the total, including sales tax, and I was right. It only happens every once in a while, so I must relish in it while I can. Something else that I wanted to bring up again is this top rated plus discount is definitely not a new thing. I just wanted to point it out because the way you're seeing this benefit is different than it was before managed payments came around. So if you're a top rated plus seller, we've always had the top rated plus discount, which is 10% off of final value fees. So if you would have paid $100, for instance, in final value fees, you get 10% credited back to your invoice, which would be $10 for every $100 in final value fees. But before, we only saw that discount on the invoice and it was taken right off the top, and you really didn't feel that credit unless you actually looked at your invoice and noted it. But now we see here in our order page that that top rated plus discount is automatically taken out, and we don't even have to pay the full final value fee only to see that credit later on, which is nice. We're not getting an additional credit, but seeing it in front of us like that almost feels like we're getting the discount, whereas we didn't really feel it before. Something else that I noticed that I'm honestly not sure if it was always this way and I was just not paying attention before, but on the seller dashboard where we can see our sales graph, I noticed that the number on the graph doesn't reflect items that are unpaid. I could have sworn that before the sales graph reflected the total gross sales that we had, including any paid shipping and paid sales tax, regardless of whether or not the buyer had paid. But what I'm noticing now is that the graph only reflects those items that have been paid for. Any items that have maybe been purchased via best offer or auction that have not yet received payment are not reflected in the graph. Could be totally wrong. It might not be related to managed payments at all, but when managed payments started and I was looking around to try to find the differences in things, it was something that I noticed that I didn't notice before. So it may or may not be related to managed payments. I honestly don't know, but I've noticed it now regardless. So now let's talk about the two big things that I feel like are the most noteworthy, mostly because it has to do with getting our money out of managed payments and shipping items. The first thing I wanted to talk about was actually receiving the disbursements from the managed payments program. So the first thing that I noticed about the automatic disbursements is even though I have daily deposits selected, there is still an up to 3-day processing time for every single transaction. So this means that realistically, if your bank accepts deposits and posts them really super quick, the earliest that you are going to see the funds for a sale deposited into your bank account is roughly 5 days at the fastest. For instance, anything that I sold on Thursday, August the 6th was held through the weekend and wasn't released for direct deposit until Monday morning. Fortunately enough for me, the bank that I bank with always handles direct deposits very, very quickly. So the payout that was sent to me on Monday morning, August the 10th, it was credited into my business bank account on Tuesday afternoon, which was the 11th of August. But then the downside of that was that deposit was not very big because not all of the sales that I had on Thursday, August the 6th were processed in its entirety for that daily payout. So the long and short of it was, Between August the 6th and August the 11th, I only had about $55 deposited into my bank account from sales. Now, granted, the deposit that was sent on Tuesday, August 11th was significantly bigger. It was for roughly $481. That was still 5 days after the sales that I had. Now, long term, I don't see this being a huge issue because once you start getting consistent sales and you start just having reoccurring daily deposits, if that's what you selected, or weekly deposits, you do not have to have daily deposits. That's just what I opted for. If you wanted to have weekly deposits, I'm sure that it's handled similar, but a little bit differently. But once you start having regular reoccurring daily deposits, you start having those funds readily available. But in the beginning, I can see this as being an issue for a lot of sellers because with PayPal, we used to have instant access to that money if we had a PayPal debit card. If you didn't have a PayPal debit card, you of course had to transfer that money into your bank account. But if you had that PayPal debit card, once you got a sale, you could realistically go spend that money on more inventory or a shipping label in the same day. But you can't do that with eBay managed payments. If somebody buys something on a Thursday, the earliest you're going to see that deposit in your bank account would be the following Tuesday, which is 5 days later. And again, I don't see that being a long-term issue once you start getting those regular deposits in, but in the very beginning, it can be a challenge for some sellers. The second important noteworthy thing I wanted to make sure to talk about is shipping labels. So I don't know if this is going to be true for everybody, but for me, paying for shipping labels was automatically defaulted to PayPal payments, which means if you are wanting to pay for your shipping labels through the pending amount in your eBay managed payments account, you have to opt into that before you print your shipping label. So I'm going to show you where exactly that is so that you're not wondering. So you can see here, we're going to print this shipping label. And when you scroll to the bottom, before you click purchase and print label, you'll note here where it says select how to pay, you'll want to click change to pending payout. So if yours is already set up for pending payout and you would rather have it come out of your PayPal, then it will be the opposite when you're at this screen. But I know for myself, when I first started printing shipping labels after managed payments was enacted, I was automatically paying for shipping labels through PayPal, and it took me a few times to realize where exactly I would make that switch. And I know it seems so simple because look, it's right there. It's not hard to see. It just says change to pending payout. But in the moment when I'm like doing shipping and I'm in a hurry and I'm just simply clicking through the different pages, I kept missing it. And so I wanted to show you exactly where it was. It's also in a very similar place when you are doing bulk printing. When you have your bulk page and you click through to charge, it's going to be on the pop-up screen in the same kind of way. So I wanted to make sure to mention this because I know a lot of you might not be holding a lot of funds in your PayPal account and you would really rather pay for your eBay shipping labels through your pending payouts. And I know for me, it was automatically defaulted to PayPal, so I wanted to make sure to mention that so that you could catch it if that was going to be an issue for you. And then the last big thing that I wanted to talk about was Godaddy Bookkeeping. And I wanted to make sure to talk about Godaddy Bookkeeping because I just recently did a video talking about how to do bookkeeping for your eBay business. And in that, I talked a lot about Godaddy Bookkeeping being the software that I stand behind and I love to use. And I know that there was a lot of questions about how that was going to work when eBay managed payments begun because eBay and PayPal are linked into your Godaddy bookkeeping system to automate your bookkeeping process. And at first I got really, really worried because managed payments started and I noticed that all of those transactions coming through my Godaddy bookkeeping account stopped completely. Like I said, eBay managed payments started for me on August the 6th. And as of August the 6th, in my GoDaddy Bookkeeping account, there was no charges in or out of eBay. So I very quickly started to panic because I did not want to have to do manual bookkeeping. That was the entire reason why I had GoDaddy Bookkeeping, was because you could sync it up with eBay and all of your bank accounts, including PayPal, and it was just all automated for you. It was a really hands-off software system. And so when managed payments started and I saw all of those transactions just stop abruptly, I got really worried about having to manually put everything in, but luckily, I have amazing friends, and I just have to shout out my friend, Megan Reed. She does have a YouTube channel. She informed me that there was an extra step that you had to take for eBay managed payments when it came to GoDaddy Bookkeeping. All I had to do was a simple Google search, and I found that on the GoDaddy Bookkeeping help page, there was a very specific post just dedicated to eBay managed payments, and it walks you through how to link up your eBay managed payments to your GoDaddy Bookkeeping. You see, you still have your same eBay account linked to your GoDaddy Bookkeeping account. However, there is an extra add-on that you have to go in and sync up in order for eBay managed payments to start tracking in GoDaddy Bookkeeping. And so I'll make sure to link this page down in the video description. If you use GoDaddy Bookkeeping and you have not yet linked your eBay managed payments account to your bookkeeping account. It's very, very super simple, straightforward. They have photos showing exactly how to link it. And I did it in about 5 minutes. And I was so happy to see that after 5 minutes of syncing up the eBay managed payments add-on, all of my transactions were in GoDaddy Bookkeeping, and I feel like I dodged a major bullet. Big shout out to my friend Megan. She is awesome. Thank you so much, Megan, for saving me the headache and the heartache of thinking I could no longer automatically track eBay sales in GoDaddy Bookkeeping. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I believe that's all of the noteworthy things that I've noticed so far for eBay managed payments. Again, I have just been actively using managed payments for the last 10 full days, and those are just the noteworthy things that I have come across. I haven't had a lot of experience with returns yet or disputes. So once I start having some experience with that, I'll probably make a separate dedicated video for handling customer service issues in regards to returns and refunds. I haven't had anything like that happen in the last 10 days. Fortunately enough. But if I do get some experience with that and I find things that are noteworthy, I'll definitely make a dedicated video for those. But up until this point, this is everything that I've experienced thus far that I felt like I wanted to communicate with you guys to help you out if you're about ready to become enrolled in eBay managed payments. I feel like this is something that is a part of business and it's unavoidable. And so I wanted to address my thoughts and feelings about people quitting eBay over this, and then also how I am handling this change in my business personally. So I wanted to note that nobody likes change being forced upon them, especially when it has to do with their money and their business. Of course, this is our business. This is how we make money. We want to decide where, when, and what we change about our business. However, when we are doing business on a platform that does not belong to us, we are not playing in our own sandbox, meaning we have to roll with the changes that that platform wants to enact. I think that the idea of cutting ties and leaving just because you don't like them forcing a change when it comes to how you accept your payments, I think it's a little silly because I do see the power of the platform. And I think that if you up and left every platform that enacted a change that you didn't want to happen, there would be no platforms left. So unless you want to go off and develop your own website and pay for your own traffic and marketing, I think you just need to essentially suck it up and roll with the punches. And I think in the long run, it's going to be worth it because, like I mentioned, once these deposits start regularly coming in and everything is a lot more predictable, I see everything being just fine. As a matter of fact, I see there being a lot of benefits when it comes to eBay handling payments because there is no middleman. You wouldn't run the risk of possibly winning a case with eBay and losing a case with PayPal and still having to refund a buyer over a customer service issue. If eBay resolves a problem and closes a case, that's it, end of story. Whereas before, the buyer still had the option to open up cases with PayPal and potentially take the money that eBay has said that you could keep. There's also the potential for eBay to hold funds for the buyer after you accept an offer. That hasn't started yet, but I definitely see that as being something that eBay does in the future. And even though there is a little bit of a wait in between the days of your sale and the days that the money is deposited into your bank account, I do like the money automatically being deposited into my bank account rather than it going into your PayPal account and then you have to transfer it whenever you're ready. So all in all, I don't have a problem with eBay managed payments. I haven't had any issues with it thus far. If anything, I've been very pleasantly surprised with how smoothly everything is going. So let me know down in the comments below, are you currently enrolled in eBay managed payments? Have you gotten the message from eBay letting you know when you're about ready to be active in eBay managed payments? Let me know questions, concerns, all of that good stuff down in the comments below. If you like this video and appreciate this update, please do give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put a lot of useful information in there for you, as well as the link to the help page to help you link up your eBay managed payments with Godaddy Bookkeeping. And as always, if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post new content. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye-bye.